One of the greatest fallacies, or I will say irony, that I have witnessed in my life growing up is calling APC progressives. These guys are actually a valid example of retrogression. And I might say this and it might sound surprising to some Nigerians, but this is actually data and this is real facts. Nigerians have spent the last 10 years with APC in power. 10 solid years. For context, you could have gotten admission into a secondary school, graduated from secondary school, gotten admission to a university, and graduated with APC in power. And in these 10 years, there is not one thing you can point to these guys that they have done successfully. Not one sector can you point to and say there have been an improvement. Let's just even say from 1 to 10 or from 1 to 5. Not one sector. But today I want to focus on a sector that is very dear to me, and I think that is very dear to the country itself. The future of our country, which is the educational sector. The future of the country is in education, and this particular sector has been bastardized by APC. In the past 10 years, you cannot point to any massive development that have been done in the educational sector in the country. You cannot point to and say there have been an improvement in the standard of education in Nigeria, from the primary to the secondary to the tertiary. It has all been shambles. And last week was a perfect pointer to what APC plans for the future of our country. JAMB released these headlines that going forward, Nigerian universities are going to be admitting students with 150 as the pass score, and polytechnics 100 as the pass score. 150 over 400. That's not even an average. In the time of AI, in the time where there's innovation, technology is going way up across the globe. In Nigeria, APC are destroying the quality of education. What sort of graduates do you want to churn out with when you give them a pass mark or the leverage to get into university with 150 as pass mark in JAMB? What is the motivation for a child to study? What is the motivation for a child to read his book and aspire to pass his JAMB exams? Growing up, I knew how hard that JAMB period used to be for all of us as students. We had to read, we had to do all the hard work just to make sure we hit the cutoff mark. What kind of graduates are APC turning out for Nigerians? It is crazy what these guys have done to our country over the past 10 years. But this particular one, education, the future of our country, this is one that I feel all Nigerians really need to rally around and say, no, enough is enough. Is it an irony or is it a coincidence that the same week JAMB released this, the poster boy of how APC want Nigerian youths to think and operate released this video?
Video, you come here for a business, you are not into video. Stand up. Oh, hey, guys, oh my God, bro, nice meeting you. You are in for here, Abi, you are doing the barber. You are him. Emmanuel, your name?
Habib.
No video, yes. You will video, everything will tire you, no worry. Emmanuel, you? Eh?
Ademola.
Is this how you want to be a camera? You are not sharp, oh.
Ademola.
Don't worry, Ademola. Tamilari. You fine, you. Hey, fine boy, you have been discovered. Omotola danger. You. Nkechi. Which kind of name be that? I will want to call you behind the camera. I will be sweating. Your name? Bisola.
A video whereby he was actually humiliating Nigerian graduates. He asked that he wants to pay graduates, I don't know the amount he said he wanted to pay them, to be his cameramen, and he had an audition for them. An audition whereby you brought out graduates and put them on camera this guy actually has little or no education, which I cannot blame him and say it's a fault of him. He's also a victim of the system, right? But this is exactly the kind of people APC are platforming or are making popular or wants to be popular, so that our children or our kids will never aspire to become popular through the educational means. What have been the benefits or the incentive for Nigerian children to be to want to go to school? Look at the hierarchy of government under APC. Look at who took power, Buhari. Nothing you can point to is education. Look at who came after him. Tinubu. Nothing you can point to is education. His educational background is all shaded in secrecy. These guys don't understand the value of education in the society. And for them, the more illiterate, the more uninformed Nigerians they have, the better for them. That is how they can keep hold of the system. Because if Nigerians are not aware, if Nigerians are not educated, if Nigerians do not value education, then you have a society that is a breeding ground for the kinds of voters they want. Uninformed, uneducated, illiterates as voters. So for me, it is important Nigeria begins to speak out. So for me, in the course of the coming weeks and months, I will be reeling out this party for Nigerians to understand really their mission for Nigerians. Because I have checked it and I'm like, this is 10 years of these guys in power. 10 good years of our lives. A child that was 10 years when APC came to power is 20 years today. A 20-year-old child when APC came to power is 30 years today. A 30-year-old person when APC came to power is 40 today. A 40-year-old when APC came to power is 50 today. Nigerians are losing track of time. In any sane society, why should master's students, graduates, be going out to look for a job as a cameraman today? Because APC have failed to provide jobs for Nigerians. APC have failed to make the educational system viable. Professors today are riding Uber. It is insane what these guys have done to our educational system, and Nigerians have to stand up and speak up. If we do not speak up out, if we don't speak out loud against this tyranny that is going on in our country, our future is very, 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 very bleak. Imagine, and I'm saying this especially right now, I'm going to wrap up on this. For most of the influential men, for most of the big men, for most of you guys that have successfully jumped out of the country, that are training your children in good schools, you think you're insulated from the problem. What you don't know is that your children are going to come back maybe in 20 years' time, and that they have to assimilate into the society, and their mates will be these undereducated people APC are turning out today. So one way or the other, it is going to affect every single one of us if we do not speak up and fight against this criminality going on in our educational system. Look at how JAMB have turned out to be today. JAMB, the once revered institution in the country. Look at JAMB today. Under APC, JAMB, snake swallowed billions, millions of naira. Under APC, JAMB, we are seeing APC tribalizing the institution, whereby a section of the country result was played with, and they blamed it on some technological glitches, like we did not go to school. Under APC JAMB, we are seeing all sort of madness we have never witnessed before in our country. I think this is intentional because APC have proven over time that the core of their voters are people that are massively ignorant. The core of their voters are people that are massively, massively ignorant. Look at what came out from Ghana. Look at the state of the hostels in Ghana. Look at the state of the hostels in Nigerian institutions. We are dealing with a time bomb. And if Nigerians do not come out and speak up against this criminality going on, we are playing with the future of our country. Welcome to my pet talk. It's the Emir Sirdam show. See you on the next one. Thank you.